Hello, my mutable signs. Now we're finally on the mutable signs. So we have Gemini, Pisces, Sagittarius, and Virgo. So this should be amazing. If you want to check out the other signs, you are more than welcome to do so. I wanted to target it towards sun, moon, and rising placements. So if you know how to do that, if you know how to look into it and take it as the perspective of which sign that you're looking towards, you can definitely do that as well. So what I'm going to do, I don't know which order we're going to go in. I'll start off by giving you an oracle card saying what spirit wants to tell you directly, and then we'll just go in with my other decks that I have to really dig deep and get some clarification on what it is that spirit actually wants to tell you, what spirit wants you to know. We got Seven of Wands. It came out on its own. So some people are really fighting for some things. So that's a good thing. I've been seeing so many good readings with this and just so many amazing messages. So hopefully you find something that resonates. I will have the timestamps down below in the comments if you would like to go ahead and look into that for yourself, and you can skip to your desired reading. Thank you so much for watching this video so far, and I will see you in your reading, okay? We are starting with my lovely Geminis. I love my Geminis. Actually, happy birthday to you all. It is Gemini season. Oh, let's see what comes out. Right now I'm just shuffling. What does Spirit want Geminis to know for this timeless message? Whatever you see in this reading, whenever you see it, is meant for you to see at that time. I'm setting the intention for it to be a divinely timed message. So hopefully whatever you see, whenever you see it, it will resonate. And please share it if you feel like someone else could, use this message as well. All right, so we got one card that came out for you, Gemini. Prosperity begins. Now, this gorgeous card entails so much growth, so much beauty, so much natural abundance. And I've talked about this before in different readings, a while back. Something was planted. You know how they say you reap what you sow. You've sown certain seeds and they are now growing. And the potential for them are at an all-time high, I would say. But I do want to see what exactly this is incorporated with, what Spirit wants you to tell you specifically for this. So I'm going to read this card for you, okay? And this card brings a message of beginnings, prosperity, wealth, and new business, which could soon be in the palm of your hand. It may result from hard work, past efforts, and investments, or it could show up unexpectedly. It may even be presented as a gift. With careful and diligent planning, recent endeavors, and money-making ideas show great possibilities and promises of monetary gains. This is a time to focus on the most beneficial outcome. Expect the best and envision that project or new job having a successful result. Feel it, see it, and most importantly, believe it. When you focus on abundance and the positive aspects of the material world and offer gratitude, prosperity in all forms will flow more evenly towards you. So Gemini, you've been putting in some work mentally with trying to figure out what you want to do with yourself as far as business wise. I feel like some of you have like these really cool ideas and you're really trying to figure out, okay, what's my next step? Or maybe you've been waiting on an investment to come through, or maybe you're just waiting on the right time. So let's just start off there. We know that there's a goal, there's a mindset, there's an idea that has been already surfacing. What is this related to for all my Geminis watching this right now? Ace of Swords. So it's literally an idea. Eight of Wands. You know what? I feel like this idea came out of the blue. Like maybe you were always good at this certain hobby or this certain, aspect of yourself. But you had this epiphany where you were like, hello, like I can make this something. I can make it become something bigger than myself. I do think it takes a lot of energy for you to do this, but I also feel like it gives you a certain type of energy that you really love and admire. And then also with Temperance, it will take time, but it's also something that you don't mind putting patience into. You don't mind nurturing this situation because you really do have a fondness and a tenderness in your heart for it. So with that being said, I do feel like it's some sort of passionate endeavor, maybe creative, or maybe just something that you're really good at or maybe it helps other people in some type of way. I really feel like this is something that gives you energy as well as karmically replaces the energy that you've invested into this endeavor in a good way. King of Swords. Like I said, you have been thinking about this a lot. So you've been doing a lot of investing mentally to try to make this happen, to make this work. And at this point, you know how Gemini, you guys are an air sign. You guys are mutable air. So literally speaking, you have the tendency to go back and forth between ideas and thoughts. And the beauty of this is, you know how some people will say, oh, Geminis never stick to one thing, or they're always doing everything, jack of all trades. I feel like you finally found your niche with this. You finally found whatever it is that you're really good at, that one gives you clarity, but also it just makes sense. Like everything adds up with this, like almost to the point where you're like, duh, why didn't I think of this in the first place? But the time was right for, oh, I just got the chills. The time was right at this time and ripe for you to be able to receive this type of blessing in a form of a thought, in a form of business, practicality. It's finally time. Now, with the Temperance card, I do feel like there is some time that needs to be placed, you know, around the situation. Like maybe there still is more things that need to be done. But as far as, you know, you being on the right direction, you definitely are. You definitely are. So Spirit wants you to know that you're on the right track. What you've been working on, it's gonna come out better in your favor. It's gonna come out in your favor. And I do think this is all about you so far. Like, I'm not feeling any energy of anyone else a part of this situation. Oh, that card came out crazy. Okay. So how do you feel about this thought process? Justice. Like I said, the time has come for you to reap everything that you've sown karmically. This card also gives me the idea that you legally will be able to make good money with whatever this endeavor is. Like, you'll be able to, like, grow it in a way that, like, it's bigger than yourself. It's bigger than a side hustle. It's bigger than, you know, just a thought you've been having. This is something that will be concrete. So if this is a business, I'm seeing very good things for this. Very good. And I also feel like this came to you because you had to go through some trials and tribulations. And this is one of the rewards that you got from going through whatever it is that you went through. Can I get some clarification on this Eight of Wands and Temperance? Eight of Wands and Temperance. This idea came out of you having insecurities and doubts in some type of emotional relation, some type of emotional pit that you were a part of at one time. Maybe you got really stuck in trying to find your direction when it came to love or emotions or create a creative outlet. At this time, I am seeing, you know, a transformation that happened within yourself. And with Temperance showing up here, I definitely think it is going to take time to manifest in the true way that you see it, but you are definitely on the right path. And the only reason that it has to take time to, you know, to come to fruition is because you have the Two of Pentacles. So it means you just need more money, or you need to keep prioritizing and balancing out different things. So let's say that you are working a traditional 9-to-5 and you still want to do this thing on the side. You just have to learn how to balance that until you don't need the 9-to-5 anymore. I also feel like with this card, it's saying you have other responsibilities as well. So maybe it'll just make it a little bit longer in your progression. Whereas someone who doesn't have kids, or someone who doesn't have a 9-to-5, like, they would probably be able to zoom past certain things and obstacles that you have to really work through. And I feel like for you, it's probably just like balancing time, balancing responsibilities. So nothing bad with that. All it means is that you just have to learn how to balance. And I also think with you doing that, it'll help you in the future whenever whatever this business thing is takes off. Because when it takes off, you're really going to know, you're going to need to know how to deal with time management and things. So I feel like this time happening for you is for that specifically. So I really do love this. I feel like universe there is nothing wrong with this situation at all. I'm not even seeing anyone else attached. I'm seeing you being able to understand what one of your purposes, one of the things that can help you live a secured lifestyle. And I think that's something that you've been really looking for. What is the attitude that Gemini should possess when in regards to this blessing and this idea and this new adventure awaiting them? The Star. Treat it as something that you already know you want. This means take care of it, nurture it, but above all, respect your own dream enough to fight for it. Not in a way that's like physically, but I'm saying don't lose hope. Keep the focus alive. Keep the hope alive. Make sure you're always, you know, remembering why you're doing something. What is the motive for this? Why am I a part of this? What is my purpose in doing this? And that's going to keep you moving forward, okay? Beautiful. I'm actually going to leave it there because I don't think there's anything else I need to say. This is a very quick and concise type of reading where I was able to tell right away what's happening, what's going to come, and like what spirit wants you to feel about this. And you definitely are on the right track, Gemini, so you don't really need me to tell you that. You already know. Keep up the good work, and also be very mindful of what seeds you are sowing, because they seem to be very, very abundant and fruitful. I just saw 1111. So thank you again for watching this video. If you have any questions on how to contact me, I do have all of my information down in the description below. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. We're going to move on to the next sign, okay? Bye. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so upset. I literally stopped the video while I was recording, so I'm gonna have to tell you guys everything that I just said all over again. Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your reading. My name is Tay, otherwise known as Love-from-Leo. Hopefully, you've already watched the beginning, so you understand why I'm doing all of these things with how I'm breaking down the signs while I'm doing your messages from Spirit. I feel like there's a misconception with astrology versus divination, and I feel like I'm here to bridge the gap. So I would love to kind of help you see what's going on, also in combination with you, yourself, and your, you know, whoever you are, based on your astrology natal placements. I feel like there's a lot of misconceptions, a lot of people pretending like they know what they're talking about when it comes to astrology, and that's just not the case. So I definitely want to kind of make things a little bit more clear, you know, concise and precise for you. And we're basically just going to see what Spirit has to say for you, and also how it aligns to your actual self as a natal spiritual person, entity, human, whatever you want to call it, okay? So let's go ahead and start with the Oracle. What does Spirit want to tell Virgo right off the bat? Here you are. Truth. All right, Virgo. What Virgo doesn't like the truth? Am I right? So we have truth here. The first thing that I'm seeing is the scales. I feel like with this card in particular, I feel like this is about what are you setting in place so that you can kind of work from that. What priorities are you setting in place? What truths are you believing? What are you in illusion about, and what are you not in illusion about? When it comes to this truth of the matter thing, it definitely kind of relates back to that hermit energy where you have to kind of grow older, not necessarily physically, but also physically. But you have to grow and go through certain things in life in order to understand what life is. And at the end of the day, you really kind of realize that life is just a big joke. Not to, you know, make life seem like it's nothing, but I'm saying it's something that should be taken lightly and heavy at the same time. Like it's always just this duality. And if you see here on the truth card, there is two scales. And I just feel like this is where Virgo comes in with that, you being a mutable sign and you being the female aspect of Mercury. Not that I'm not saying you're male or female, I'm just saying you're the female embodiment as far as energy of Mercury. So you are constantly organizing, you're constantly multitasking, you're constantly prioritizing what should be worked on now, what can be left for later. And this is because you have the ability to balance out. Some other signs may not have this if their Virgo is debilitated in some type of way. So really take into account, you may feel stressed all the time, or you may feel like, oh my gosh, I have so much on my plate. But keep in mind, you are here to really understand how to do multiple things at one time. So really, really tap into that. If you're starting to feel lost, or if you're feeling like it's just too much for you to handle, you just have to tap in and really like allow yourself to take charge. Kind of go on autopilot if you have to, okay? So let's look at truth. What does Spirit want to say? The qualities of this card illustrate spiritual awakening, the revelation of truth, and cosmic consciousness. At times, it takes a wake-up call to get your attention and show you how far you need to go. This card comes forward just to do that. Evaluation of the past, along with the lessons that you've learned or still need to understand, must now be a top priority. Doing so will enable you to forgive, accept, and heal so that you can move forward in a balanced spiritual mindset. The truth card reminds you that a significant change must be made in a certain area of your life. But don't make any hasty decisions. Take your time, for any choices or alterations must be weighed and evaluated with the most careful and wisest of judgments. Whatever steps you take now will have far-reaching consequences, more than you'll ever know. Using the powers of the universe and blending them with a little help from the physical world will assist you in bringing about clarity and a shift of awareness. What was once not obvious will now be realized and understood. Be honest with yourself and trust what you know to be true. Wow, Virgo. So I would be lying if I said I feel like this is just 100% good. I think for a lot of you, this is just about being real. This is just about really analyzing and seeing things for what they are. Realizing, using your third eye, your real eye, to realize what's actually happening in front of you. And to me, that's, you know, it's probably harder to go through it than it is to actually look back and say, wow, like I'm so happy. I'm so grateful. I'm so humbled by this experience. But I do feel like you will get to that situation. What exactly is going to be revealed to you, Virgo? What does Spirit want to tell you? Hangman. So there's certain things that need to fall into place that maybe you've been trying to rush or trying to manipulate, not in a bad way, but just manipulate so that it can come out on your end of the bargain. But this could also be dealing with the Pisces, but I just feel like this is more about you needing to let things happen, letting things go with the flow. Judgment, right. And these are both major arcana cards. So this is very, very strong energy, Virgo. The need for you to let things happen is all because you have no say-so. This judgment energy is all about things happening divinely for your path and also for what you've already started and sparked in your own personal life. So the things that you have done and have not done will ultimately determine what your karmic outcome and payback will be. And this is where things will get real for you. And I feel like universe wants you to know this. I feel like it wasn't necessarily something bad, only because of how strongly it's coming out. Like with the truth card, like literally the truth, this is the judgment card in that particular deck. With the hangman, with the judgment card. To me, I feel like this is all saying everything that you've been trying to understand, it will all make sense soon. Does that make sense? I feel like it's saying it's going to make sense soon. So not that you're going to be punished. Some of you may be. But if you're watching videos like this, I kind of feel like you know what you're doing and stuff like that when it comes to, being a better person, working on yourself, and soul karmic ties and things. So I feel like this is just about saying whatever you've been trying to figure out, it's going to come to you so you have clarity on it. Now, clarity could be good or bad. It really depends on your situation, okay? The Devil. I feel like there's going to be a releasing, all major arcana cards, by the way, very, very strong. I feel like there's going to be a releasing of some sort of addiction or a person around you or some type of energy around you that doesn't serve you in the best way possible. And I think either you're going to realize who this person is, what this issue is. And once you do that, it's up to you to make the decision, what are you going to do next? Like I said, with the Truth card, it's not about having a rush decision. It's not the Tower moment. This is a time where you just need to look at whatever is literally placed in front of you, aka your life, and determine what needs to stay and what needs to go. But this is about being truthful and honest about this, because it's not easy for people to look at their faults or to look at the things that they should be doing better. And I think this is where you come into play. Okay, Virgo? The next card we have is the King of Wands. This could be a person who is a fire sign that maybe this was a person you were too attached to. There is a lot of power with this, but the power, if it's negative, it's not going to do anything to really serve you in any sort of way. So let's just see, how are you viewing this King of Wands? Who is this King of Wands to you? Because it could be you as well, but I do think it's someone else. How do you feel about this King of Wands? Page of Cups. So with this King of Wands, I do feel like you have the tendency to want to have a romantic type of establishment with them, or some type of relation that's established, but there's so many boundaries that comes with this. I feel like it's not very concrete, whether you don't feel concrete about it or you just know that it could never be how you truly want it to be. Or this could also be saying that you're in the beginning stages with this person and you need to start seeing the red flags. Clarifying the King of Wands. Yeah, the Empress. So I feel like with this person, you feel like you need to choose yourself or take care of yourself, or maybe you feel like you devote way too much energy to this person. And whether you feel like they give it back to you, I think you intuitively know that there's more that needs to be restricted when it comes to this person. There needs to be boundaries. That's the word I keep hearing, boundaries. Boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. Now this Devil energy, where is this coming from? Where does it connect? The Fool and the Seven of Wands. So something you tried time and time again to really fix or work on or fight for. Remember, I showed the Seven of Wands in the very beginning of this video. Something you've been really trying to either release yourself from or just be the head honcho when it comes to this addiction, this path, this person. And then with the Fool energy here, I feel like you either feel like this is time for you to move on to a whole nother journey, or you feel like the only reason you felt like you needed to fight was because you were young and naive. And so that could really have an impact on, how you feel about this situation, what you think you should do next. What is your feelings of the Hangman No, what's your feeling towards judgment? What do you feel like your choice needs to be? And then we have the Eight of Swords. So you feel trapped. You could move on from this mental imprisonment, but for some reason you have something that's keeping you still there. You're still a part of it for some reason. We got Page of Pentacles. This could be a child for some of you, or maybe just the simple fact of finances, or maybe just the practicality, or just being comfortable with this person. It could be as simple as that. Comfortable. I'm seeing all the elements here. So at one point, I do feel like this person or this attachment was something that you did feel like was your whole life, was your whole world, no matter how toxic or non-toxic it was. But I just feel like now you're to the point where you're starting to see, like, it's you that's keeping you from becoming better. It's you that needs to do better. And see, that's what I feel like this truth is. This truth is you realizing something about yourself. Yes, it relies, or it goes into a relationship other than yourself. But it being here, this truth is more like you being able to confront the things that you've been doing wrong. You acknowledging the things that you could be doing better. How do you feel about this truth card coming out? Three of Pentacles. This is something that's going to help you, work better with the things that you want to see grow. And I also think it's going to help you be a little bit more cohesive with yourself, just as a person, like how your chakras are aligned, or maybe how you work well with others, how you deal with others, your friendships, your domestic ties. Like, it's really going to showcase and put a spotlight on all of those aspects of your life. I do want to see if there are any signs for this person who could be a King of Wands. If it's not the King of Wands, then it's the Devil card. So meaning whoever you have this bondage with, or if it is a person, because it could be a situation, a substance, it could be anything. So I want to see who could this sign be, Sun, Moon, and Rising, for this King of Wands or Devil energy. We got 4 cards. We're going to get all of them. These are the signs that I'm seeing for the situation. We have Pisces twice. Specifically maybe a Pisces moon for some of you, because we do have the moon and Pisces coming up. And we also have Cancer here, as well as Taurus. So lots of different energies here. So I do feel like there is a situation where this person or this cycle is coming to a halt, or at least you're starting to realize why it should come to a halt. Because maybe you were always debating, oh, maybe I should stay, maybe I should, or maybe I should do something different, or maybe I should just stay. You're always going back and forth, I feel like, with this situation. How are you showing up? You're showing up as the Devil. So you're showing up as someone who's very attached. And specifically with this card, I feel like you're only attached because of some comfort or some type of reward that you receive from being attached to the certain situation or relationship. So for some of you, it could be money. For others, it could just be sex. For others, it could be, a job or a connection or a lifestyle. Anything that kind of breeds a lust factor, this is what I feel like you're tying yourself to and convincing yourself this is why you have to stay. When in reality, you definitely don't. And you don't, because you have the Eight of Swords here. So you are aware that it's something that you're doing. And this is what I'm saying. You realize, this is the thing. You, with the Truth card being here and the Devil card being here and the Devil card also showing up for yourself as well, I feel like you're starting to see, I have become the person that I despised, or I have become the person that I said I would never be. And that is not something easy to swallow. It's not an easy pill to swallow. But once you do that, that's the hardest part. Now, what are we doing moving forward, Virgo? What are we doing moving forward? What is our next step? What is the next thing we need to prioritize? What's our next focus? What are we organizing? What are we moving towards? What are we harvesting for the future? This is what you have to ask yourself. Don't pity yourself for feeling like you have turned into that person or taking some of their traits or anything like that. Pity yourself for not having the knowledge to know that before. Pity yourself for staying in that situation instead of moving as quickly as possible, because you can do that now. I feel like you have the knowledge now in order to do that, the experience to also be able to do that. So now is probably just the best time. And, universe has this way of showing you things when you least expect it, or whenever you need to see it, right at the moment you need to see it. And I think this is what that truth is talking about, that karmic justice, that balance. And if you actively work towards becoming a better you, there's not much that karmically could happen unless you were just really doing people dirty left and right. And I don't feel like that was the issue for you. So it's more so just about realizing what parts as the Devil you're playing. Wow. Let's get some advice. And also, how should you show up in order to move past the situation? We got 2 cards for advice. We got the Nine of Cups. Wait, we got the Nine of Pentacles, excuse me, and the Queen of Cups. So understand how you work emotionally before you really start to put the blame on anyone or anything like that. Understand yourself emotionally, and also become content with who you are emotionally so that you can make better choices moving forward. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is the Virgo energy here. Nine of Pentacles is all about understanding your own abundant success that you have reaped from your own work and efforts. It's also about being okay with being alone, because all of the things that you have possessed on your own have made you feel, you know, on top of the world. It's about being proud of who you are and proud of your accomplishments, and also realizing you don't necessarily need another person, or you don't have to be codependent to feel secure and to feel materially, like your materials are also like at an all-time high. So that's the thing, Virgo. Sometimes you have the tendency to really focus on the negative, when in reality things are really, really good. It's just maybe the certain people you're around or certain people you're helping. There's like this need for you to understand you don't have to help everyone, and everyone doesn't deserve your help in the first place. So if you can really start to establish where you fit into that, what part of you is being the devil and what part of you is being the devil's advocate, it'll make things a lot more simple for you. The last card we're going to do is, what type of energy and attitude should you have towards the situation? The Star. I keep getting it for everyone. The Star, your wish, your command, your belief. You have to know what you want to follow, but once you do have that target, you follow it, because your dreams don't owe you anything. They don't. So if you want something to happen, you have to work for it. And if your dream is just, you know, living a certain lifestyle, then so be it. But you can't be mad at the world and then not want to actually put your effort in as well. It just doesn't work like that. Okay, Virgo? Thank you so much for watching this video. If you would like to contact me for any reasons, I do have all of my information plus more in my description box below. Please make sure you tap that. And if you would like to see more videos like this, make sure you leave me a thumbs up so I can keep pumping out videos like this. Subscribe to the channel so you are able to know whenever I'm posting and whenever I have questions and polls for you guys to answer, so that I also know what you guys want to see as well. And with that being said, I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video, Virgo. Bye, love. Hi, Pisces. Welcome to your reading. So this is basically, I hope you watch the beginning so you can know like why I'm doing all of this. You are mutable water. So with that being said, you are constantly going back and forth between what you feel, how you feel, what feelings are. You're constantly receiving downloads from universe, but also from other people around you. And so it can be kind of a finicky situation. We got the crown chakra, as what Spirit wants to tell you. It matches my shirt. We got the crown chakra. So this is the top of your head, and this is, you know, the soft spot on a baby's head, and it's believed to be the place where the soul enters when a person is born. So with that being said, it is something that's very, very important. I feel like it's one of the most important chakras when it comes to spirituality, especially. And this is something that you're very connected to. This is a chakra that really is linked to Neptune, I would say, because that is the receiving end of anything cosmic, anything above the earthly realm, you know. So this is what this is talking about. This is also, I'll read it to you in just a second, but this is also the pineal gland. So this is also being more in touch spiritually with yourself and with everything else around you, just becoming more in tune. I do feel like this card is trying to tell you just right off the bat, I feel like it wants you as Pisces to be more open to protecting yourself energetically, whether that's with crystals, meditating. You need to become more in tune with yourself instead of trying to figure out how other people do it, or you know, what's worked for other people, or what you need to do so that another person comes towards you. Like, it's not about that. It's all about you with this crown chakra. The crown chakra is definitely dedicated to those who are actually speaking spiritual awakening, and not just like, you know, the basic love readings, or it's deep. Like, this is one of the deepest chakras that there is. And if you have had the experience of really understanding what this crown chakra is about, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm going to read it for you right now. The crown chakra is located at the top of the head and has been called the thousand-petaled lotus, or the receiver of light. This chakra is the center of your link with the universe, the infinite, and your higher consciousness. It's the connection between wisdom and spiritual insight. The crown center is where the area where ethereal light and energy are received and then dispersed throughout your aura for total well-being. To balance the chakra, I find that meditation, breath work, yoga, spiritual healing, acupuncture, and color therapy work best. When properly aligned, your crown chakra will expand to a point where it's possible to access and tap into the deepest sources of wisdom. So like I was saying, I feel like there's lots of things that you need to be receiving, like as far as energetically, and messages coming from your higher self, from angels, from just the higher realms. And I feel like for some reason you're blocked off, whether you're doing this on purpose or maybe just literally not in tune. Let's see. And what does Pisces need to look at with their third eye? What situation in their life are they missing out on? Okay, we got 2 cards. 3 cards, sorry. 10 of Swords. A dead horse that you keep trying to beat. You keep trying to make something happen from something that's already dead and gone. 7 of Cups. You don't have a particular direction, yet you were so committed to trying to see it through. You don't even know which path, which way you're supposed to go. 8 of Pentacles. You've invested a lot of time. You're really watching over something. That could or could not be for your greatest good. But you're paying so much attention to this and you're investing so much time. So much time. Now, it's funny because in this situation, I'm not seeing any wands so far. Meaning you're not putting any action into anything, but you're constantly thinking about things. You're constantly emotional about something. And you're constantly trying to practically make something work. But action is nowhere to be found so far. Nowhere to be found. How do you feel about this situation with the 10 of Swords? Whatever has been ending for you, whatever is already dead and gone, how do you feel about this? 10 of Pentacles. You feel like there's something greater to come out of this. You also feel like maybe you can't change how things are going, but I think you have this, this never-ending determination to see something happen from it, even though you know that it's already, set in stone for whatever this is. 10 of Swords. Can we get some clarification on that? What is ended? What dead horse are we beating at this point? Temperance. Oh, we got 2 cards. Temperance. Okay. Temperance. 3 of Cups. And then also King of Cups. You've invested a lot of time and you've waited for something to come about. That could have been a third-party situation. Or just something that made you feel a lot of love, but this other person looked like they were looking the other way the whole time. I know, right? Well, let me hold it this way. It looks like they were looking away the whole time. And I feel like you're having a hard time acknowledging this. I think with the 3 of Cups, maybe it's the guilt that you have, because you also played a part in this, because it's not just 2 of Cups, it's 3 of Cups. So it's maybe there's a situation where you feel like, I put my all into this only for it to not pan out the way I wanted it to, but I invested too much. I put in too much for this to fall through, so I'm going to do whatever it takes to make it happen. And I feel like universe is no, we did what we did on purpose. If this is a person with this King of Cups, who could this be? This King of Cups or 3 of Cups energy, who is this person that you were entertaining? Sun, Moon, and Rising for Pisces watching this video. 3 of Cups, King of Cups energy. I do think that you really did have an emotional connection to this person, but I just feel like they may have not been on that same wavelength. But if you work on your crown chakra, you'll have better discernment and you'll be able to see things like that. We have 3 different signs. We have Sagittarius, Scorpio, and Libra. So these are the signs that are coming up. If it's not one of the people you're dealing with, maybe this is just something that is heavily in their chart or their energy, etc. So... wow. Okay. So, but how do you feel about this person, this King of Cups? How do you feel about this person? 9 of Wands. So you feel like there's definitely hesitation. I think in your mind you're like, well, we're just on pause, but I know it's going to end up the way I want it to end up. Maybe, but let's see how this other person feels, this King of Cups. We got 4 of Swords, Knight of Swords. So it looks like they are thinking about everything that has transpired, but with the Knight of Swords, they're looking to move on. It's kind of like, okay, well, that happened, now what? They're not on the same page as we're just on pause. If anything, the only thing that's moving for them is their thoughts about you, but not anything else. I don't think that they see it going anywhere other than that, just to be quite frank. I think this is all for them, this is a situation of the past, but for you, you're just like, no, we're just on pause. But for them, they're like, no, it's over with. That's just what it is. So this is the thing with the crown chakra coming up, Pisces, you being ruled by Neptune, there's a huge potential for you to really look at things with this illusion, with this fog over your eyes, because it's not a very practical sign as far as Neptune, you know, and mutable water. It doesn't mean you can't obtain that, but it does mean sometimes you are looking at things in a foggy mirror. You're not seeing things for, like, clearly for what they are. And this person, whether they're a Sag, Scorpio, or Libra, or any other sign, it looks like they're just a little bit more in tune with reality compared to you. Just a little bit. And I think that's something that drew you to them, but it's also something that you have to realize, like, you keep going towards something that's already left the building. Like, literally with the Knight of Swords, they've already moved on mentally. So, but I feel like for some reason you have like this undying wish to make sure that they love you. Seven of Cups. Can we get some clarification on Seven of Cups? Thank you. Queen of Cups. Pisces, this is probably you. If this is not you, then this is the other person. But what I'm seeing with the Seven of Cups, you don't know what you want emotionally. You keep saying you know who you want, what you want, but I don't think you do. Because there's so many options out there for you, but not just that. It's like you haven't given yourself enough time to really dissect and assess and examine all of the other options that are available. Does that make sense? So you literally don't know what you want because you haven't given yourself the chance to know. And then we have Four of Cups. You're always constantly thinking about this, the one who got away, the one that you want, yada, yada, yada. But it's like, at the end of the day, it's still Seven of Cups here. So that means you still have all these other people in your mind, all these other people you may be entertaining. It's almost like it's all water energy. And I always tell people, water is very dangerous. You don't need a pool to drown. You can drown in just this amount of water if you're, you pass out and your face is in it. So this is what I'm saying with you need to be more discerning. You need to look at things for what they really and truly are. And I think this is what the crown chakra wants, or this is what Spirit wants to say with the crown chakra. Not that you have to really be logical about anything or change how you are. It's just saying tap into yourself so that they can give you the information and the messages that you need, because you're not listening. To me, when I see the crown chakra for a Pisces, that just means you're not listening to Spirit. We're telling you things, we're trying to help you, but you're not listening. And of course, it's always what you want to do. You always have free will, but at the same time, you can't call upon the cosmos and universe and then slap them in the face by just literally not paying attention. Or you can't just pretend that what they're saying is not what's being said. That's part of really truly being balanced, taking what everything is for what it is. Like, that's what life is. It is what it is until it turns into something else, right? This Four of Cups, can we get some clarification? What exactly are you paying attention to? The Star. So you're upset because what you wanted did not fall through. What you wanted did not come to fruition. And I understand that could be tough. But there's just so much. It's all this blue that I'm seeing here in this situation. But where's the... It's like you're, instead of being mutable, you're fixed. You're you have your goal set on one person or one situation, one outcome. And you're Pisces. You're supposed to go with the flow. There is no one destination for you. There's multiple, and it's all about letting yourself, your decisions, as well as the cosmos, universe, God, guide you to that. But you're not even being guided anymore. You're not even being led to it because you're not listening. You're not open ways. How do you feel about this Four of Cups situation? Page of Wands. So you're still trying to start something with whoever this person may be or the situation that failed. You still have hope that it'll move forward. But Eight of Cups, this is your energy here, Pisces. Almost like it's fate But usually with the Eight of Cups, it means you're walking away from it. So it's like, until you really get that in your head that not everything you want is going to happen the way you want it to, I feel like it's going to be really hard for you to really like obtain anything or feel happy. Like, you can have all the riches in the world, but you will never feel happy because emotionally you always feel like you're missing something. But it's not even true. It's literally just that you're focusing on an outcome that did not work out, but it could have been for the best, like your best outcome. Like, maybe this is what needed to happen, but you won't even accept it. So that's the thing. It's like, what work do you need to do internally to be able to come out on top? The Star. How do you feel about that? Whatever you wanted with this Five of Pentacles, you're really needy for it. You like, if I had to guess, I would say you would beg for this. You would, you know, do anything it takes to get this person, this time, this experience, this, all of this extra stuff for this star, this wish that you made. But who's to say universe doesn't have a better wish for you to come your way? But for some reason, you're so stuck on it. If this wish is a person, can we get some signs? We got Libra again. We also got Taurus. We got Taurus and Libra. I know I said Libra. We got Libra and Taurus coming up. What attitude, in what way do you need to come off when it comes to this? What do you really need to be focused on? What do you really need to be doing? Because I feel like you're still so focused on it and it's not even meant for you to be focused on. Illusion. You are literally in a position in the situation where you're not seeing things clear at all. And this is going to be your downfall. It's almost like when you're running in a desert and you know how they show people having like all of these thoughts of things that's happening, but really they're just hallucinating. That's what you're doing right now when it comes to this situation. And it's time for you to really truly wake up. Like, you know, when you say wake up, or don't sleep, that's because of the third eye. It makes you see things for what they truly are. And this is what you're going to be exposed to because you're not doing it on your own. And I feel like universe is definitely going to have to show you what you're dealing with. And this could be painful. Like, I tell people this all the time. If you don't listen to universe, if you try to go against it, if you ask questions and then refute it, then you're going to have a very, very rough time karmically when it comes to things happening for you or things expanding for you. What are you putting so much time into is what I want to know. What is Pisces spending their time doing? What is Pisces spending their time doing? Ten of Cups, Prince of Wands. I feel like you're spending your time thinking on the possibilities of the vision that you see yourself going towards. You're spending a lot of time imagining the happy ever after with whoever this person is for you. And with the Prince of Wands, I just kind of feel like it's not as stable as you think. Not that the Prince of Wands is bad, but I just feel like this person that you're so heavily caught up on, they're not even in the same, like, you're thinking of stability, family, like happily ever after, picket fence, and they're thinking of like their ambitions. They're thinking of sex. They're thinking of passion. They're thinking of how to have fun. It just literally doesn't match up. Like, literally, you're sitting down here with the Ten of Cups. You're sitting down thinking about all of these memories and things, and they're looking away again. Like, and it's just, to me, it's kind of like it keeps being reiterated. And then also, remember with the Ten of Swords, I feel like this is something that you even understand at this point, but you keep trying to go over and over and over. And I feel like what universe is trying to implement here is, it doesn't matter how much time you put into something. If it's not meant to be, it's just not meant to be. Every card that I've seen here matched together, it's all different energies. The only thing that's common is how you are like overwhelmed with all of these emotions and memories that are not even valid at this point. So, I don't want to say universe is calling you out, but it looks like they're calling you out, okay? Feel about this Prince of Wands. Yeah, Seven of Wands. You feel like this is somebody you have to fight for. You also feel like they have a lot of potential and you feel like they have a lot of power, but you know that you have to fight for this. You know this is not something that's just given to you. But for some reason, I feel like this is what you want. Yeah, the Empress. You want this. You want to see this grow, and this is maybe why you're so focused and dedicated on seeing it happen. But at the end of the day, Empress is also about caring for yourself and not overdoing it for other people. That's not what it's all about. Like, you have to also take care of yourself too, okay? So, yeah, Pisces, I'm going to look and see which card of advice we have for you on how to deal with this whole situation. But it looks like universe is telling you, like, it's time to shift your focus and open up your crown chakra so we can really tell you what you should be working on. So we have 10 of Cups. I think with the 10 of Cups and the Justice card, it's about accepting your own fate and your own outcome when it comes to your love life. Like, it is what it is. I keep saying that. Justice, and even with the Libra energy here, and we just had the 10 of Cups. It's like you're doing all this focusing on what could be, but really you should just be focusing on what is already happened and how you can better yourself moving forward. Regardless of this other person, I feel like you're so heavily enthralled with this other person. It isn't doing you any good. It's not helping you. It's only stressing you out, if anything. So get yourself together. Focus on you, because it looks like this other person is always looking away anyways. And figure out why you keep beating a dead horse when you have all of these options here. And why are you spending so much time on something that isn't really giving you the results or the outcome that you're looking for? And I think that would be your best bet. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video, Pisces. I do have one more sign on this video that I need to do. If you have any questions on how to contact me, I have all of my information down below in the description box. Don't be afraid to like the video. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you very, very soon in my next video. And yeah, I'm going to move on to the next sign, okay? Bye. Hi, Sag. Welcome to your reading. Hopefully you watched the beginning so you know everything that's going on and why I'm doing the readings this way for right now. I definitely wanted to kind of break down all of the 12 signs within their modalities, because I feel like the energies are very similar, and it will relate and resonate for those of you who are very similar in your reactions and your energy. So we are on the last and final sign of this series, which is Sagittarius for this time around. I'm basically going to start off by telling you what the Oracle card is, and that'll kind of be like the base and the foundation of what Spirit wants to tell you. And then we'll go into deeper with all my other decks and kind of see, you know, what really needs to be said. We'll dissect it, we'll analyze it, we'll examine it, okay? So let's just go ahead and see, what does Spirit want to tell you right now? This is a timeless message. Anytime that you see this, it is divinely timed. It is not for any specific date. Rest and rejuvenate. Okay. Rest and rejuvenates. So typically this card for me is something that comes out whenever you have something really, really, really big coming your way. It's kind of the time where universe gives you a second to breathe. Literally to breathe. Whether you go outside and you meditate, or if you just sit outside and you look at everything that's happening around you, and you just kind of take everything in. You observe. You listen is the most important part. You listen to yourself, your thoughts, your feelings, whatever it is. Like, you have to listen just to kind of check in and see like how you're doing, because there's something big that's going to come your way. I'm going to go ahead and read this card for you so that you can have a better understanding of what this card means in this deck. This card implies that a period of rest, meditation, rejuvenation, and recuperation is in order. It usually comes forward when you're encountering or coming out of a particularly emotional or mentally taxing experience. The number 4 in numerology means foundation, so this is a time to heal, to be with your soul, and to continue moving steadily forward. Allowing space just for your reflection is both needed and long overdue. Reposing and taking moments for yourself will give you the opportunity to look at a problem or a situation instead of being in it. It is a chance to stand back, view your life with clarity and renewed appreciation, and see where changes can be made to create a healthier and stronger foundation, enabling you to take your next step. So like I said, you just came out of something that was very taxing. We'll see what that is in just a second. And now you're moving towards something bigger and better than yourself, but you have to be ready and kind of like build up your endurance to go through whatever this new phase is for you. So what were you moving out of? What was this? Whoa, okay. We got a lot of cards. The card that wanted to come out is the 3 of Swords. So there was definitely disappointment, heartbreak, maybe some disappointments, I would say, as well. And all of these cards fell out. So there's probably a lot of people and a lot of situations attached to that for it to be something that was so disappointing. And so I kind of feel like it was brutal, to be honest. What is this 3 of Swords in relation to? 3 of Swords. The Hierophant is what is here on my lap. The Hierophant. So this could have been your marriage. This could have been excuse me, this could have been a traditional standpoint, like your job, or maybe the politics at your job. This could also just be something that has been very, very concrete in your life. I wanted to say for some of you, maybe like if you do go to church or something, maybe it's like a shift in dynamic with that. Prince of Wands. This could be in relation to a Leo. A Leo. I don't know why I said Leo. I guess because of lion, but I just meant any fire sign. So this could be you. This could be Aries or Leo. I am kind of feeling like you had this shift of maybe you disappointed yourself for some of you. This is about you. You disappointed yourself in something that you did, and it forced you to really examine your own morals. And you're like, okay, even if I am young, or even if I am a person who's a little bit more spontaneous or reckless with how I do things, there still has to be a level of discernment that I need to tap into. And I think this is what this is talking about for you, Sag. So you're really coming to this place where you're reflecting. Reflection is the key word so far. You're reflecting on maybe your past actions, or just, the way that your life is in general. What is this Three of Swords? Can we get clarification on that? Three of Swords. Nine of Wands. So there was something you were having a lot of hesitation in. Again, this Leo energy is coming up very, very strong. I'm seeing with the Three of Swords and then the Nine of Wands, I feel like this is a situation where you were disappointed by something that you waited on, something that you really were not ready to do, but maybe you were actually about to. But for some reason, it didn't fall through. It did not fall through. The High Priestess. So you are aware of this. You know what this is about. You probably know more than I could tell you with these cards, but with the High Priestess, this is something intuitively that you knew. You had a very strong feeling about this. Six of Pentacles, yeah. Definitely a relationship is what I'm feeling for you all, because Six of Pentacles is about the give and take in a relationship. And I don't know if you expected someone to do something for you and they disappointed you, or if you expected things to change and it never did. Or maybe you expected to move forward with someone and it just did not happen like that. Where is this Hierophant energy coming from? What is this in relation to for Sagittarius? Four of Wands. So you definitely wanted to get married, or you wanted to have this like elevation within a relationship, whether it's engagement, becoming official, getting married, or just having a social event with your spouse in front of people that you care and love about. And I feel like this is what you wanted, but for some reason it didn't pan out that way. It didn't, like maybe you had been thinking about getting married or something. Four of Pentacles. Thinking about settling down, thinking about saving up for this person. Thinking about really making them serious and a part of your life. The World. Yeah, really combining them with everything that you believe, everything that you work with, work for. But at the same time, I do feel like this is also like the end of a chapter for a lot of you. So I don't know if you had to end this relationship, or maybe you just realized it's not time to up the ante like you wanted to. Like maybe you had to slow down. Maybe that's what the Nine of Wands was saying. Like maybe because of something that they did, maybe it made you look at them different or the situation different. And now you're like, okay, maybe I should slow down. How do you feel about this connection with this person, with this relationship? What is your feelings towards it? The Sun. So this is someone or something that you want. Again, with the Leo energy coming up. This is definitely someone that you want. This is something that you want to work out. Knight of Cups. You do feel tons and tons of love and emotions for this person. But maybe love isn't the problem. Maybe it's something else that they don't offer, or that you feel like they could be doing better at. So that's what's coming up for that. But if this is a person, what signs are they? Sun, Moon, and Rising. What signs could this person be for Sagittarius who's watching this video? Okay, we got 3 cards. We got Pisces, could be a person for you. A Cancer is also showing up. And then also an Aquarius. If these are not either of the signs of the people that you were thinking about, it could be their other placements in their chart, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Or it could just mean this is just the energy that they're showcasing, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're that sign. So, wow. Okay. Rest and rejuvenate, huh? All of this stuff has happened. All of these things have fell out. Literally, the cards have fallen. And I just feel like with this rest and rejuvenate card, it's really a call for you to sit back and think about everything that's happened. I don't know if you're supposed to make movements forward. Let's see what card comes out for the advice. King of Swords. So it is asking you to be logical about whatever you're about to move forward with, and don't use your emotions for it. So like I remember when I was saying King of Cups and the Sun, like, yeah, you do want this to happen. You do want them, but maybe love isn't the issue. So logically speaking, we're not talking about emotions. We're not talking about what emotions are attached to a certain person. We're talking about, you know, if this really makes sense to be a part of this relationship. Yes or no? With this Prince of Wands, I do want to see how you feel about this person, because I feel like it's you, but it could also be this other person. How do you feel about this Prince of Wands? What is your feelings towards them, Sag? Page of Pentacles, Tower. There's a feeling of you feeling like you're going to lose something that you care about a lot. For some of you, it could be a child, or just like a potential for something to grow, or maybe money for some of you. But it's almost like you feel like this person is going to like take something away from you that you find very valuable, or you see that it could grow in potential. Prince of Wands, clarification. Queen of Swords. So there is communication that needs to be had. I also feel like this person, whether it's you or another person, you feel like they're very smart and they pay attention very well to how and what they do. I mean, what they say to you. And I think you're starting to realize they come off as the Prince of Wands, like a younger fire sign, but they're really like the Queen of Air, the Queen of Swords. So they're really actually very smart and very clever. And I think this may intimidate you a little bit, or maybe you feel like they're always plotting against you. The Empress. Yeah, if you're dealing with the female, this is what this is saying. Or maybe it's like the mother of your child for some of you, or just a mother in general. But this is a person who knows what they want in the future. They know like how they see their lifestyle being, and they're not afraid to go after it. And this is part of what has drawn you to them. But in combination with this Queen of Swords energy, where they're very logical, and if you look here closely, there's a couple here, but it's in the background. So it's almost like they know that whatever they do kind of affects the love situation, but also they're not putting love on the forefront. They're putting it in the back burner, and they're thinking about other things for their future so that they can obtain these riches and this lifestyle. You understand what I'm saying? So it is a situation where you should be a little bit more cautious, I would say, but it doesn't mean that you have to have hatred or, you know, anything like that. I think this is just a person who really, really wants success. They want bigger and better. Even with this Four of Pentacles here and the Six of Pentacles, I feel like you were giving your all for this, and maybe they're withholding certain things, or maybe you feel like if you give your all and invest in them, then it'll come back to you full circle. But who is to say that that's what's going to happen? That's just what you're baking on. So there is this like back and forth energy of really needing to look at what are you really truly dealing with? Who are you truly dealing with? You're not being played, but you're underestimating how smart this person is. 333. That's what I just saw. You're underestimating what this person can create. 3 is also the number of the Empress. You're underestimating what they can bring out, what they're capable of, their power, their aura. Like, you just don't even understand yet, Sag. So it's like, it's not a bad thing, but it is if you keep underestimating it. So I would think, you know, with all of these cards, let's see what your attitude should be during this situation. I think you should be very careful with what you think they're capable of, because I feel like they're capable of so much more. Daughter of Fire. So have this young, fresh mind of what can be possible, which is very Sag-like. Power. Understand that there is a dynamic force with this person or with you, or when you guys come together, that must be paid attention to, because this can be explosive. It could also be very beautiful. Just like fireworks. If you have a huge firework, display or something, it'll be beautiful if everything goes right. But if everything goes wrong, then there's lots of people who can be injured, hurt, and, just a catastrophe all in itself. And then the last and final card we have is Comfort. So do what makes you feel comfortable, but also realize just because something is comfortable does not mean that it's good for you. So it's more about not necessarily seeing what's comfortable, but seeing what comfortability aids you instead of hurts or stagnates you. And this is what I feel like this is about. And for some reason, I got the thought that you need to stick to the people that you know are more like you, or you know are more on your level as far as like what they want, your ambitions, whatever. Like if this person is just out of your league in a way that you feel like you can never just feel comfortable with them, then it's probably not the person for you. Okay, Sag? Thank you so much for watching this video. This segment has been really, really cool. Hopefully you guys liked it. If you did, please let me know by liking these videos. Fixed, cardinal, and or mutable, whichever ones you watched. I did dedicate them specifically to sun, moon, and rising. So if you do want to go watch the other videos, you are more than welcome to do so. Thank you so much for just watching and, you know, supporting me. I really do appreciate it, you guys. I have all of my information down below in the description box if you're interested. And yeah, I think that's all for now. Make sure you are subscribed so that you are notified whenever I upload for your sign specifically and for other signs that you are interested in knowing about. And with that being said, I love you all, and I will see you in my next video.